get my traditional double espresso right before the show so I can give you guys all the energy that you deserve. And guess what? I walked out without my wallet, y'all. Yes, I did. Now I walk in, and because it's local and I support my local folks, immediately the owner said, no problem. But this guy standing there who I didn't even know, his name is Will, IT Will. I'm going to call him IT Will. IT Will says, not knowing that I didn't have my wallet, IT Will says, get this guy his coffee. It's on me. I said, IT Will. I didn't know it was IT Will. I said, man, you don't even know me. He says, you seem like a nice guy. You come in here a lot. Let me get you your coffee. He didn't even know that I forgot my wallet, y'all. I was about to shed a tear, but I said, no, I'm not going to shed a tear. But I shook his hand, and that's what I'm talking about. Good in the neighborhood. Although he did not know, he was just feeling the positive vibe, and he bought my espresso. So to my man, Will, thank you so much, brother. That means the world to me, because that's kind of what we're trying to do here, y'all. I am having some technical difficulty, though. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. I'm having a little technical difficulty because I can't hear my samples and my stuff that makes stuff funny. But you guys can hear it out there, but I can't hear it here. But that is all right. I bet if I had my headphones on, I could hear them out here. But nonetheless, we having a great time here. So as posted, I said that we're going to have some local folks here who are going to tell us about all things farming, all right? And because they're going to tell us about all things farming, because I support my local farmers and I like to try and grow my food and all that, I said we got to have them on. And, you know, I wake up early. It's usually to go pee. Oh, that's a bad word. Hold on. Let me look over the producers. Pee, is that a bad? Can we not say pee? They're shaking their heads saying we can't. We can say pee. Oh, they're telling me how I put an S on there in peas. That's a 4-letter word. I can't say peas, but I can say pee. So I had to get up and pee, and that's early. I go back to bed. But I got somebody here who gets up. Now, he grows peas, P-E-A-S. Now, would that be a bad? Well, now I digress. But somebody who gets up earlier than a lot of us and actually does the work that I think is all about social justice and love and all these things, environmentally friendly, without even going out the way to have to say any of that stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, won't you put your hands together for my man Kenny Bootman at Green Hill Leaf Farm. What's up, brother Kenny? How are you today, man?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Welcome to the studio. Now, when you came here, and I know getting up to the 18th floor is a bit difficult, but you found parking okay, right?
It was fine.
And they escorted you up here?
They got me up here very, very quick.
All right, great. And so when they had breakfast and you went through the omelet line, you got your omelet.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
And I heard, so you got a waffle.
No, I got the omelet.
It
was super fresh.
All right, super fresh. And we got salad all day.
Salad all day.
All day. So that's what we have. And although I told you, because you said, Aaron, man, I want to come on there and talk, but you know, I might get a little nervous. Please don't let there be any surprises. So I said, there ain't going to be no surprises, but I kind of lied to you. But it's a good lie.
Yeah.
Are there good lies? Well, you don't know what it is yet. So
we'll hope.
We'll hope that there are some good lies. No, it was, so, you know, when I was driving in, and I listened to the radio, and I was hearing this poll that was taken, and it just it floored me. It floored me because what they were saying was a survey was taken. And what I'm going to assume is the survey was taken and it was along the lines of, well, if you were in a position that you had to, because we don't want the PETA phone calls, we don't want the PETA phone calls. I can see them now. Mm-hmm. Peebo's over there talking about fighting animals. I am not talking about fighting animals because we love animals. What I'm talking about is this survey I was listening to on the radio. And so on the survey, it was asking about who would win in a fight if you had to fight an animal. And so of this poll, they polled these different animals like a honey badger, a grizzly bear, a panther, a rat. I mean, this is real poll, dude. I came, I looked
great.
it up. All right, so I'm just saying, if you're in in position and you had to fight a house cat, who would win?
Myself and a house cat?
Yes.
The house cat.
Okay, all right. Well,
For sure.
69% of the people said they would beat the house cat, Kenny.
Do the people live with this house cat?
Hey, dude. Do
the people live with this house cat?
I was driving. All right, how about a rat? Now, I would lose against a rat because I've lived in cities and I'm deathly afraid of a rat, dude. I would lose against a rat.
I mean, do we have a rat trap or are we talking about...
No, this is a fight.
This is a fight?
Yeah, this is a fight.
Well, I'm winning as long as it's not Master Splinter.
Okay, all right. All right, well, 72% said they would beat the rat. Now, a kangaroo. How you feel about kangaroo?
Kangaroo is knocking you out.
Kangaroo is knocking you out. I've seen the videos of a kangaroo.
Knocking you out cold.
Yeah, don't mess. Well, 14% of the people said they would beat this kangaroo.
Running away. Maybe 14% would win if they were running away. The other people would be caught.
Now, they also mentioned an elephant, a tiger, and a bear. There are 8% people who think that they would beat these animals in a fight.
This is pretty hilarious.
I told you there'd be no surprises. Yeah. Well, in this poll, they had a guy call in, and the guy said, there's no way anyone would win against any animal because when he was 4 years old, his older brother wanted a squirrel. His dad went and caught a squirrel, brought it home, gave it to his older brother. His older brother reached in the bag, pulls it out. His older brother had on like worker's gloves or like wood cutting gloves, like big, thick gloves. Said the squirrel jumped out of the thing, surprised, bit two of the fingers inside the thing, and blood's pouring out of these work gloves. This is just a squirrel.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have made it to the honey badger round, and we know not the chimpanzee round because we don't mess with them. Mm-mm. Well, Kenny, I just want to let you know for taking part in this. There'll be a nice parting gift for you as you leave today.
Great.
I think they're going to detail your car outside.
Great.
If that's all right.
Great.
So we got Chatham County people listening, and I love my farmers, but I also like to try and grow my own food. I took some classes at Sustainable Ag program. Big up CCCC. And I like to grow my own food, so let's start with a guy like me. I got some old potatoes around the house, like just russet potatoes, whatever. I want to grow potatoes. I don't even know how to grow a potato. How to grow that potato?
Well, I would say at first make sure it's a variety you like, and leave it sitting for a while, and you'll form an eye on that.
Oh, I already got them sitting. They've been on a thing for a while.
Throw the eye on the potato. Cut it in a large dice is what I would tell somebody. Maybe even smaller than a large dice like you would use in the kitchen. So everybody's in the kitchen knows how to make a large dice. So something that size, you're going to put that. Well, first off, even before all that, you'll have to make some ground ready. So you got to go out.
Wait, what do I do first? I make the dice or the ground ready?
You got to make the ground ready.
Okay,
you got to make the ground ready. That has to be done first. So for a small, for someone with just a small bit of area, I would suggest starting with a tarp and killing the weeds or suppressing the weeds and anything in that area for a month or two before you're wanting to do this task. And then pulling that tarp up, and it's very low effort. This is just you putting a tarp down, letting it sit. You're not having to go up there and, rent equipment when you don't have it. So pull that tarp up. Everything under it will be dead, and you'll be able to go into that ground, work it up with, if you don't have a tiller, you can use 2 pitchforks. Step on those pitchforks, pull the ground up, work that ground. Now
I should have brought the video camera for this. Yeah. But y'all can visualize, and we will come back and do a video. That's why we do radio. Y'all want you to visualize what Kenny's saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and, make some raised rows, kind of, some speed bumps is what I would call them if, you're not familiar with how they look. So maybe some speed bumps in that ground. Take those potatoes that you've had, cut up those eyes, stick them in the ground, and hopefully 4 to 6 months, you'll start getting potatoes.
All right, so maybe I started this conversation off wrong. Is this the potato planting season time, Kenny?
You could still do some now. A lot of farmers have them in the ground already.
Well, all right. So let's
Yeah.
let's kind of backtrack.
Yeah.
Because you're Chatham County guys, so what we're talking different, maybe different in New Jersey or Florida or Georgia, and we know we just had the warmest February birthdays, woo, woo, right here. But how does one like? We may have one more freeze. All right,
Yeah.
you're gonna hear it right here. Kenny Bootman, Farmer Almanac. Is there one more freeze left in Chatham County?
Yes, sir.
Y'all heard?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on now. We go. Can we get a prognostication of a date? I'm gonna write it down.
I cannot get a date to you.
I can't get a date either. That's a whole nother topic.
But it's coming.
All right. Well, you know what? It's supposed to get cold this weekend.
It is. It is.
All right. So now somebody told me she was already planting peas 2 weeks ago.
Peas should be in the ground.
Oh, really?
Peas should be in the ground.
Well, I didn't know peas should have been in the ground, bro.
But if you didn't know that information, now you do. Yes, peas should be in the ground.
Oh, all right. So when do you put the peas in the ground?
A couple weeks ago. Even up till now, that's fine. You know, if you can still get it in now, you're still going to get something. It's early. You know, it's still early.
I ain't got no peas, Kenny.
Well,
You know anybody? You know anybody got some peas? Do peas go in starts? Do you do starts with peas?
Yes.
All right. So y'all hear that?
Yes.
It's going to freeze, and you do start with peas.
Yeah.
All right? Well, we're going to have to talk about getting some starts. All right, so maybe that's what we should talk about. Let me get this better, is that we should already put the peas in. I did wrong on that. So what's next? What's next in our, like where we are region-wide, knowing there may be another freeze?
Well, if you're outside, I would suggest, like any farmer says, wait till April 15th as their last frost.
That's all the farmers say, Kenny. That's what they say. That's what they say.
But, you know, if this is something that's, you know, just for you and your family, I would suggest just using very cheap row cover, which is something you can cover these vegetables with to help them through these cold nights. Mm-hmm. So that's something that's easily accessible for people. They can go down to a local farm supply and pick it up.
So, all right, so that's for right now. So, but you can start some stuff inside, right? To get ready. Is that what I should be doing right now?
Yes,
All right. What should I be starting inside to get ready to go out after April 15th?
Peppers, tomatoes.
Start
Flowers.
those now.
We're doing flowers. We got flowers on there.
All right. Which you start from seed? Which do I need starts? I know I'm throwing everything out.
Well,
all right. Wait. I have to make a disclaimer. I get stuff from Kenny and Courtney, and they grow well. So I have the best insight sitting right here in front of me. So I'm asking this because now I'm behind. Yeah. Anyway, what do I need to do to make this going as far as inside stuff to go outside and getting starts and all that stuff?
Well, you know, if it's already late in the season now, then waiting to order seed would maybe not be advised. You know, I would have said if it was a few weeks ago or a month ago that ordering seed would be the best way and just doing it yourself. But now, the best advice would be finding your local farmer. You know, going to them. Like myself personally, I always have starts left over from stuff I'm growing. I always grow an excess just to have, because you know you'll have a few starts die. So what are you going to do if you don't have that extra? So farmers usually have extra. You can reach out to them if you know them from your farmers market. You can go to your local Lowe's even, you know, and find plants. You know, if you want to. I would suggest supporting local.
I go to my farmers market and get. Yeah. Well, the other part of that is, and correct me if you disagree, is that having a close relationship with your food for as much as possible is important. So if I know where my seeds are coming from, my starts, then the integrity of that product, which I'm feeding my family, back to your example, I know has a higher optimal nutrition value. At least I would hope that it does. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's why I go local. So, okay, you said tomatoes, you said peppers and all that, but I'm going to put some blueberry bushes in. Oh, I had some really good peaches a couple years ago. I saved the seeds of those peaches. Did I save them wrong because they're sitting dry? Or and can I put them in? How do I start those? Do you do anything with fruits? What's up with the fruit thing?
Fruit is not something that we at Green Hill Farms have got into yet because it's such a task to take on. I know a farmer who personally had 36 years of farming. They just left Carborough Farmers Market.
Uh-huh.
And they started with blueberries and things of that nature. And it was just super hard. You know, it's a really hard thing to do. You got tons of birds, pests, and all things that can affect those things. So, you know, we say not to say putting those in are bad, especially for long run. And if that's what you're doing at your house,
exactly.
If that's what you're doing at your house and you're trying to put some things in that are low toll on you, that you're just putting there and you're just kind of watching it grow, then I would suggest definitely doing things that are coming back every year for you.
Okay, and what's the farmer term for the stuff that comes back every year for you? I noticed y'all got a word for that. What's it called? It's like there's annual, there's perennial. Like hold on, I'm gonna figure it out. Like asparagus, is asparagus one of those that is that viney?
Yeah,
that comes back every now and again. Come on, y'all chat, but say something in the chat, y'all. Y'all know what's up. You're like, Aaron, we don't see the chat. Oh, so go to our, I don't know where you're listening to us, but be a follower. Go and click on our follow us, so then that way you know when we are on live and we can share with you, when we're on. So we also have a segment coming up that's called Where Bark They Now, Kenny, and it's going to talk about rescue dogs. If you see in the studio today, we brought our dog, and that's the first one featured. This is Alice, and Alice was Daffodil 3 years ago. Daffodil J357, I think. And today, she is Alice. So we have a whole thing coming up, whole segment coming up called Where Bark They Now. I'm going to try and do it this week, but I'm talking with Chatham County Animal Rescue, meet with them tomorrow because we're going to have some of those folks come on air, and we're going to talk about the good homes where the pets have gone. So that's something we got going on. And since I'm looking at Alice and I'm seeing kind of what's on Alice's face, I'm like, well, maybe Alice needs to take a quick break. Did I mention that we're featuring a local artist today named Jason D'Amico? He's Chatham County. Have you ever heard of him?
I heard maybe something you played when I came in.
Yeah, man.
It sounded pretty nice.
So he sent me a bunch of music. And thank you to all the musicians sending me music. I ran into Jason the other night at the Mod listening to, what band was I listening? Oh, 10?
We love music.
Yeah, we love music.
We love music.
There was a band there called 10 Pan Alley. And these cats were laying down funk, groove, rock, jazz. It was like a 3 or 4 piece. Laying it down. And, to me, what's laying it down right is not only playing the groove right, but the volume was perfect. Not too loud, because too loud can mean not too good. It was perfect. These guys were jamming. So I ran into Jason. Jason said that he would send me music. Jason sent me a bunch of music. I said, well, Jason, what I do is I play the music, and I'm going to send everyone to your site so they can support you. So we're going to play some Jason and then come back and keep talking. I need to know more about what to do, how to get my soil ready, what side to plant with the sun and all that. But we're going to play some Jason D'Amico. I believe this song is called The Intro Wit. Y'all check out my man, Jason. We'll be right back, y'all.
Won't you look my way? So that you love me, go and make my day. Dark kind of night, your sweet embrace. Hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? Hold me a little closer. Won't you hold me a little closer? And love me for all of my days. Sweet babe, your looks knock me out. Enough to make it a man jump, scream, and shout. So take me by the hand.